what's going on, everyone? And welcome back to another edition of Action Sunday. In fact, it is the last Sunday of 2019. Yay! I know I'm a bit sad and happy at the same time. You know, it's like another year gone by. We made it, but hey, here's to another decade. Goodbye the 2010s and hello to the 2020s. So for this year, I'm reviewing this modern hit, XXX, The Return of Xander Cage. I don't know if anyone's been noticing this, so I've been reviewing some modern hits to close out a year. Since I closed out 2018 with The Expendables, so I'm going to close out 2019 with this movie, all right? So, yeah, a third yet almost unexpected, and I don't think anyone asked for a sequel of another of the XXX movies. Yeah, I thought, okay, there was two like a long time ago, and now here's a new one, and of course, hey, I feel like it's coming back to where things start, like going full circle. It's like, oh, okay, here's XXX, he's back. Here's bloody Xander Cage. So yeah, let's see how that works. So yeah, after watching this, I happened to catch it on Sci-Fi, like about a little over a week ago. So yeah. So talk about playing ahead for this episode. But anyway. What can I say about this? Even though this movie's just about 2 years old, or almost 3, I'm starting to see why fans did not expect this or didn't want this, because I felt like, let's see, how do I say this? The plot was weak, and once again, I feel like things in this movie kind of took it out of it. If you've seen the first XXX, let's admit, okay, that the first XXX was pretty cool in its own way. It's like yeah, it had some crazy ass stunts. Even though it's virtually unrealistic, but it was fun to look at. But when it comes to like the actual good versus bad, the whole super spy thing, I think that's where things kind of really took us out of it, is because it's essentially it's like all the cool factor of a pretty cool spy thriller, but then all of a sudden just get this cheesy camp factor, get canned in for good measure. It's like the best and the worst of both things. Okay, and I feel like this. It kind of feels like kind of recycled the same thing. Of course, we could call it vaguely familiar. You can call it like nostalgia, but hey, I feel like it can't. Don't know what to do. Go with what you know best. Go back to what you remember best, and that was the pretty cool stunts from the first movie. Now, of course, how is this compared to State of the Union? Well, State of the Union's a whole different ball of yarn. Okay, so I'm probably gonna go back and review the other two XXX movies at a future date. But anyway, let's focus on this one. All right, so I'm gonna admit this right now. Let's see. Seeing Vin Diesel step into a role that kind of propelled his how I say, where it springboarded his career. Fast and Furious made him a household name, and then of course, if you want to go real back. Riddick, the Chronicles of Riddick trilogy. That in itself, would be all his famous roles. If you had to pick all his best roles in this X amount of years of him acting, okay, and at a ripe old age of 52, I believe. Holy shit! Come on, he looks amazing. If you had to pick all these roles, I feel like these 3 roles are probably his best. And of course, how I say this, Toretto, I think is a more iconic one, because when everyone thinks of Vin Diesel, they'll say, "Oh, Dom Toretto from the Fast and Furious." So yeah, people will probably say Xander Cage was probably the camp factor, the rad guy, but of course, but we love. Dominic Toretto, which of course that's the problem with this. Another problem I have with this movie is it's like I don't know. Is he trying to go back to being the Xander Cage that we love and know? No, or is he like a mishmash? Or is he? It's like I still see Dominic Toretto, but it's like Dominic Toretto trying to be Xander Cage. If that line makes sense, you would probably understand why. But yeah. Yeah, I think that's one of the problems. And then, of course, once again, back to the unrealistic stunts. The satellite scene is what really gets me. Holy shit. Okay, I'm no rocket scientist, but how the hell does all of that work? It can't. It absolutely does not work, okay? Only in Hollywood we expect this. This is where I think Ramps really brings it into really cartoonish comic book campy form, all right? think that's what brought this movie down for us, okay? And also, then you had these other supporting cast, which I felt like was a little unnecessary, but I will admit, seeing Samuel L. Jackson be back as Mr. Gibbons, or Gibbs, where the fuck his last name is pretty cool. Having Ice Cube make a cameo, it kind of brings things full circle, but also, what the fuck? Come on. But now you're like, wait a minute. I thought Xander Cage was dead. No, but of course, that kind of retcons that whole thing. It's like, okay, so there are two people play with the XXX code name. So, yeah. Also, really blowing your mind, all right? So yeah, I think that's all that is what gave us a little overhaul, and I think that's what really made this movie suffer. All right, I think it was unnecessary to try to shoe in everything to make this as good of a sequel, but ultimately I felt like most of it kind of fell flat. But I'll admit the stunts were fun. Seeing Vin Diesel summon to a role was fun and entertaining. But let's see. If I had to compare this to State of the Union, I'm going to say this right now, it is better than State of the Union. And no, but of course, this is not a race thing. I'm just saying it was definitely better than State of the Union because State of the Union had very little stunts or craziness compared to the first one. This one, I think, feels like blows that one out of the water. All right, but of course, how does it match up to the original? It doesn't. Like I said, it's like comparing apples to oranges. So. Yeah, I think that's what happens. All right, but hey, if you want to see this movie for your viewing pleasure, just to see Vin Diesel go back to a role that kind of made him famous, watch it at your own discretion if you want to. But otherwise, take a hard pass because I already say it's an unnecessary sequel that I think no one expected, but I think it's still a good popcorn flick that you would probably just entertain yourself for a few hours. So if I had to give the Rise of Xander Cage and the Return of Xander Cage, sorry that slipped, it's late. I'm gonna give this. Well, I hate to get. I don't know. I'm borderline between 5.5, giving a 5.5 and a solid 6. It's really hard to pick. Let's see. If I had to compare? Like I said, comparing this to XXX, I feel like XXX. I felt like it's on above average. So make this one just slightly below average. Like I'll give it like a 5.5. All right, at best. Okay, for this sequel because there's a lot to work out. But it's all good fun. All right. So that does it for tonight. Let me know what you think. Thumb this video, subscribe my channel, and Happy New Year, everybody.